let me tell you, this was amazing and drained the life out of me. Part 5, let's talk about it. Man, I actually finished this book. Okay, let me just say, Brandon Sanderson really knows how to finish a book. Wow. But first, we'll get there. But first, I need to address this. Dalinar Kholin, I never doubted you for a second. I always knew you were the GOAT, and I always knew you had something up your sleeve. He really pulled that Shardblade bait on Fraudaram. Get his ass out of here. We're done with him. Let's go. We can now finally get to the real action, which is fighting the Voidbringers, and they're looking scary. It's raining, it's cloudy, very cinematic. Not gonna lie, at first I wasn't a big fan of the Shattered Plains, but with this environment and what it's cultivated with, like all the storms and all the chaos that's about to ensue, I'm liking it. It's immersive. It gets very hectic very quickly, and on top of that, they're trying to find a portal to a hidden city. A lot of stuff, but I'm glad we got pictures to help us out. With the help of Bridge 4, Adolin fights Ishanai, who I honestly didn't really care for. Whatever. But I'm glad Adolin was the one to do it. Very good moment for Adolin. And Bridge 4, honestly. Shout out Drehy and Scar. Meanwhile, Cal and Elhokar are doing a bit of a therapy session while there's a ongoing plot to kill him. Not gonna lie, Elhokar is probably the most surprising part for me. I can't believe I'm saying this. I actually feel bad for the guy. Is that what was he seeing cryptics the entire time? Is that why he was just so paranoid that someone was out to get him? Which someone was out to get him, but also like, what? What? And he actually respects Cal, like, a lot. And then after receiving some pretty good advice from Zahil, Kaladin goes ahead and decides, okay, I gotta go protect the king. And so begins the climax of Kaladin's arc, which is his confrontation with Moash. And so he declares the next oath, which is that he will protect even those he hates. And this to me makes a lot of sense. After all, Elhokar is merely just a symptom and a tool of this broader construct, which is Alethkar and its societal norms and whatnot. He's, in a way, not directly the cause of a lot of the death and destruction, even though he is a part of it. But that's not like, it's not like Elhokar is the actual root of the issue. So it kind of just reveals and exposes the fact that these assassination plots are merely just personal vendettas. So Syl returns! She's back, and so are Kaladin's powers. Kind of reminding me of when Peter Parker in Spider-Man 2 gets his powers back. I don't know, it was funny to me, I don't know. Seems like the Stormfather is very overprotective of his daughter, and low-key a doomer, I think. I'm not sure. But we do get the big reveal that the Stormfather was the Almighty Spren, so that's kind of cool. Moash runs off with Graves, and we'll see where that goes. I don't know, I'm kind of conflicted with how I feel about Moash. Like, I guess he got caught up with the wrong crowd, but now I think it's just going to be like a downward spiral for him, and I kind of feel bad. But Graves is part of that posse that Taravangian's part of, Diagram or whatever they're doing. So the entire plan was for them to separate Cal from Szeth, who shows up to the Shattered Plains on some final boss type shit. Oh man, this is after the Alethi beat the Voidbringers too, so they're playing some 4D chess. So they're getting their asses beat by Szeth, and then Dalinar gets shot up into the sky, and then starts floating down, and then lands, and then who's with him? Kaladin motherfucking Stormblessed, dude. Wow. Here to save the day. Wow. And then Dalinar gives him his flowers. Good stuff. And the fight was beautiful. They're lashing up and down, left and right. Syl turns into a hammer, among other things. Up there, like, up above the, like, Everstorm and the rain and all the clouds, and it's like daytime, which they completely forgot because it was so dark. Szeth is using an honor blade, so it seems like, and correct me if I'm wrong, shard blades, as we've known them so far, are graves of Spren, or like a remnant of Spren, post-recreants. So then it seems like Syl is like a living shard blade that can turn into different kinds of weapons. I'm just a tad bit confused on honor blades, since they can like provide surges to whoever wields them. So then yeah, Kaladin ends up winning, and then turns out everybody was able to escape through the Oath Gate, which turns out to be a giant Fabrial. I've undermined Fabrials for too long, it seems like, and they're going to play a very important role in the future. They're definitely going to advance Roshar's societies a lot, on some like industrial revolution shit. But like that's if they can figure out how to like stop desolations. But yes, they make it to Urithiru, which is the newly founded base of operations for the Knights of Radiance. And then Dalinar also begs the Stormfather to make him one too. Bondsmith, I like it. So they're back, and new members are approaching within Bridge 4. Ooh, I knew Lopin had it in him. I'm calling it the Lopin versus Odium. That's the finale. Bring it on. Adolin, Adolin, Adolin. In the last book, you were just a guy that flirts, loves his father, and hates Sadeas. Now look at you. You finally locked in with a girl, you still love your father, and you managed to kill Sadeas. Such an appropriate death, by the way. It was just like a straight afterthought. Sanderson was just like, okay, we got bigger fish to fry. Let's just off him right now. We've been introduced to so many like larger threats this entire book. So looking back on it, it's like, wow, Sadeas was so lame. So lame in comparison. Like, read the room, you know? It's like, what? Really happy about that, and really happy about a lot of these things, but I'm especially happy for Shallan, who finally gets to confront her truth. It turns out she was the one that killed her mother, which really recontextualizes her father entirely. And wow, it's like the anguish and guilt within her just like makes complete sense now. She completely blames herself for the downfall of her family, and she's essentially been dissociating to cope with that very traumatizing past. So now even the scenes with Kaladin in the depths hits so much harder as well. I want to read out this quote, which I think was probably one of my favorite quotes in the book. I'll read another one at the end, but I want to really read this one out. He saw it in her eyes, the anguish, the frustration, the terrible nothing that clawed inside and sought to smother her. She knew. It was there inside. She had been broken. Then she smiled. Oh, storms, she smiled anyway. It was the single most beautiful thing he'd seen in his entire life. Whew. Yeah, now she's headed in the right direction, and I can't wait to see what she does next. Also, the Ghost Bloods basically succeeded, and so now I'm a bit intrigued about that, and that's setting up a lot for the next book, I think. Ooh, Yasna's alive, and she's hanging out with Wit. Nice. Who is obviously an omniscient character that I really can't get a read on right now, but he is top 3 characters for me, personally. But yeah, it's books like these that remind me of why I wanted to start reading again, and writing for that matter too. To believe that a man like on this planet created this, you know, it's a beautiful yet chaotic world, full of life and death, and everything in between. There's tons of speculation regarding lore and technology that I can sink deeper into if I really want to, and I will eventually. Right now, though, I'm staying on the shallow end. I'm focusing on these beautiful characters that are growing and interacting with the world around them. Either way, I've really only dipped a single toe into this vast ocean that's called the Cosmere, and I don't know, I can't wait to swim. So yeah, I love this book. It's going down as one of the greats for me, and so with that being said, I'm ending this with probably one of my favorite quotes, and there were so many to pick from, by the way. There's so many to pick from. But yeah, I think this one's probably the most fitting, so yeah. All stories told have been told before. We tell them to ourselves, as did all men who ever were, and all men who ever will be. The only things new are the names. Good stuff.